So, good day. This is Online Professor and welcome to my online tutorial for rules on exponents and radicals. So, in this form, we have the same base, and different exponent. How are we going to solve this kind of expression? So, we only need to add their exponents, and that's it. You just copy the base and then add the exponents. So for example number 1, we have x squared and x raised to 6. So we copy the base and then we add the 2 and 6, and that will be x raised to 8. And for example number 2, we have 9 squared and 9 raised to 6. So copy 9 and then 9 raised to 8. That will be approximately this number. And then for our next form, that's x raised to a, and then we have the quantity, and then exponent outside, that's b. So how are we going to solve that? So in this form only, we copy the base again, and then we multiply the inside exponent and then the outside exponent, and that's it, x raised to a times b. Then for example number 1, x squared times 6. So how are we going to solve that? We only need to get the product of the exponents, which will be 12, and then we copy the base. And for example number 2, x raised to 9, then we have the quantity and then exponent 8, then that will be x raised to 72. For example number 3, we have 8 raised to 2 raised to 6, and that will be 8 raised to 12. Approximately, that will be 6.87 times 10 raised to 10. Then for our next, so this somehow reflects a distributive property of exponent. So the exponent is distributed to x and y. So for example, we have x times y raised to 3. So if you will somehow face this kind of problem, so distribute the exponent, and that's it. For this, we have a fraction wherein our denominator we have a fraction exponent, so our denominator is a. So if we are going to get its radical form, so we have a squared of x. For example number 1, we have x raised to 1/2, and that will just be equal to square root of x. For example number 2, x raised to 1/6, so that will be 6 square root of x. So for next is a in this kind of form, so it is somehow also distributive. So a square root of x, a square root of y. For example number 1, so just like this, so 3 and then the radical sign will be distributed. And then for our next, so this form is the same as this form and this form. So you only need to multiply this outermost, how we're going to call this, exponent of the radical sign, and then that's it. So for example number 1, we have 2, we have the square root of, and then this 3 at the outside of the inner radical sign. So as a result, we have this just like this form, and then final answer 6 square root of x. Example number 2, you can try that, and your answer must be like this. Okay, and then we have x raised to a over x raised to b. We have the same base again, so copy that base, and then you only have to minus b from a. So for example, just like this, we have the same base x, and then you only need to subtract 3 from 7, and that will be 4. For our next, this is x raised to a over p. So how are we going to place that in radical sign since that is fraction? So this form, you will copy the numerator of the fraction exponent, and then you place it inside the radical sign. And then this denominator will be outside the radical sign. For example number 1, this will be your answer. So x raised to 4/3. So our denominator will be outside and then our numerator will be inside. And then for our summary, this will be helpful for those who will forget this formula. So take a picture of this or screenshot this formula. And that's it. This is Online Professor. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.